are watching the Chicago Outfit Files.
Now this person gets a lot of notoriety, let's just say, and you spent a lot of time in the neighborhood back in those days, so what can you tell me about Mad Sam DeStefano?
Ooh, Mad Sam. Where do you start with a guy like this guy? I mean, he was kinky. So that's kind of how it all started with Mad Sam. Mad Sam was raised in Streator, Illinois, which is just a rundown old town, or then it was. I don't know. Now it's not so much, but back then it was just a hard-working, blue-collar, just kind of a rundown town. And he was kind of, even though, I mean, he was Italian like we are, but he was kind of like a hillbilly. You know what I mean? And he ran into some kind of trouble, and they threw him in the can here, and he ran into Paul the waiter Rica, who was an old-time mobster. Goes like back to the Al Capone days, and for whatever reason, Rica took a liking to this kid and got him his start. I think he fronted him money to put out on the street on juice, and that's how Sam got his start. Was through Paul Rica. That from what I understand. Another story about this guy. He had, I guess, in his basement he had like a torture chamber, and that's where he'd bring people. And one of the guys that worked for him absconded with like 25 large from Sam, and Sam hunted him down in some place up in Wisconsin. They brought this guy back to Chicago, and I think they tortured him in a basement, but then the family was looking for this guy, and somehow they had arranged like a banquet at some restaurant, and they brought this guy in the back of the restaurant. They had him strapped to a hot radiator, and they're torturing this guy, and he's pleading, no, he's just do me in. I can't take it no more. And so they said, well, if you're burning up, we better put the fire out. They dragged this guy into the restaurant where all of his family are, and they all get in a circle, and Sam's pissing on this guy. And the family, I guess, was so shook up, they came up with all the money for Sam that this guy had supposedly stole. So, and he got off on these kinds of things. There was this guy, Artie Adler, who Sam disposed of, and he threw him down in a sewer in the wintertime. And, they didn't find this guy until after the spring thaw came, and I guess they had to thaw this guy out just to identify him. And I'm not sure, but I think that's where they got that story for that picture, Goodfellas, where the guy's frozen. Probably came from that, because a lot of people in the neighborhood, they knew about that story. And Mad Sam, he went around laughing about it like for months. People said, every time he's mentioned this guy's name, Adler, Mad Sam would start giggling. The guy was, just, and he wasn't a made guy either. That people make a mistake. He wasn't made. The outfit guys, they would use him, and he was a good earner, but he wasn't a made guy. There's no way they'd make somebody like this guy, because he's just too unstable. You never knew which side of the fence you were on with this guy. So no, he wasn't a made guy. He was just a good earner, and he had he had the connects, but that's about it. There was a guy who helped actually to bring down a serial killer and some of these mob guys. Guy by the name of Red Wimet. He had a place over in Old Town, and he helped put Frank the German Schweiss in the clink, and pinned him on a few murders and stuff. But way before all that, he was given the task of keeping Kenny Hansen, who was a serial killer, a really creepy guy. He was given that task by the Kenny's brothers to watch over Kenny. I guess Kenny was just a mope, you know what I mean? And so they had to go over to Mad Sam's house one time, and Mad Sam was going to kill Kenny because Kenny had done something, and they get down into his basement. He gets down in the basement, the stairs. The wife's offering him bread with pasta sauce and things like that. And Mad Sam tells Kenny, "I'm going to kill you right here, right now." And somehow or another, Kenny manages to, if there was any good side to Mad Sam or a spark, he managed to get that. So he just tells him, get the hell out of here. And Red says he flew up them stairs. Now Red's Red was an ex-Marine, Vietnam veteran. He's not going to take too much bullshit himself, but he was more than willing to get up them stairs when the opportunity presented itself. Let's just say. So you've probably heard this story. This is one of the bigger Mad Sam stories that are out there. I don't know firsthand, but I've heard it from everybody that I guess one day Sam was fighting with his wife and got pissed off, so he went out and he grabbed this guy at gunpoint, poor black guy at gunpoint, off the street. Took him in the car back to the house and made this poor guy have sex with his wife, supposedly because she had pissed him off or something like that. And the guy was scared to death. He thought he was going to get accused of, inappropriate behavior with this lady. He didn't even know who she was. He flagged down a cop. When Sam let him go, he ran out, he flagged down a copper. And when they went over to Sam's house, they found this poor guy's lunchbox was in there, so it kind of corroborated the story. But this is like when I say he was a kook, and there was just no way around it. The guy was unstable, and you just never knew with this guy. There was this FBI man here, Bill Romer, and he was on Mad Sam's case for a few things, and he said that him and his agents visited the house a few times, and every time they'd come, Sam would be walking around in his pajamas with his ding-a-ling hanging out, and then his wife, Anita, would serve the agents coffee, and they said, "Oh, it's really unique taste." And he told them, "Oh, it's a special Italian bean. She prepares it a certain way." Later on, they found out that this crazy guy was pissing in the coffee, and that Romer said he could never drink coffee again after that. I tell you, this is the kind of guy that Sam was. The outfit asked him, told him they were having some problems with his little brother, and this guy went out and he killed his own little brother. That's the kind of guy that Sam was. And it's ironic because when it came time for Sam to go bye-bye, they sent Tony Spilatro and Mad Sam's brother Mario to go do the job. They told him they were going to go hit somebody that owed money, or they came up with some story, and they blasted him right in his garage, right over here on Sayre. So I didn't hang around with those guys. There was a guy from the neighborhood, Chucky Grimaldi. He did a little bit of work and stuff with Sam. He said that Sam had mirrors all over. He's always looking at himself, and I stood away from Sam. Sam was, his reputation, like they say, his reputation preceded him. So I always stood away from him. But that's Mad Sam for you. That's just the kind of guy that he was. And this is how it all came to pass, as they say it. Around 1973, like I say, Mario and Tony Spilatro, they called him the Ant for Anthony. They went over to Mad Sam's house, and they did away with the guy. That was the end of it for Mad Sam. So that's it. That's all the Mad Sam stories I know. What a guy. What a guy.
Touch me, but don't touch my brother. Don't like it when you touch my brother. Don't look cross-eyed at my brother. Then I became what they call a raving maniac. Do I make myself clear? Abuse me, do what you want, slap me in the face, and I won't say nothing. But don't you pick on my family.